Hello and welcome back to the TGG Rising Sun campaign. We are doing level 2. We get to see our first twist, and we have change has shadowified. That is a bit of a mouthful, but yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I guess if I thought to try to make some kind of prediction about like what kinds of twists would be in this campaign, yeah, that would be a one to pick. All right, so. Got bureaucracy. Oh boy. Well, we got Rice Broker. Okay. So yeah, trashing wise, change Rice Broker remodel. And Poet and Daimyo. Yeah, I think we can work around this bureaucracy thing. So draw wise, lab, Rice Broker trashing action is draw. Daimyo is effectively draw, Poet is draw. Plus actions, Daimyo, Rustic Village. And there's not a ton of terminals that we'd be looking to play in any case, necessarily. Gain-wise, you got Artisan, Remodel, Change, Workshop, but no plus buy. Sad times for Daimyo. Alright, so we could... Oh, no, never mind. Opening... If we had a 4-3, I would definitely consider opening Change Daimyo, because you'd have 3 debt. You'd play the Daimyo, you'd pay off the debt, and then you'd play the change. What? Sorry, you'd play the Daimyo, you'd play the change. The first change play would pay off the debt. The second change play would pay off, would trash, and then from that point forward, you could like double change. Like, well, I guess you'd never be able to like. You'd have to have some coins in your deck to like actually use change twice. But like, you could do some cool stuff with that. But we don't have the option, sadly. So we could go workshop change. Workshop can gain some good cards. Poet and Rustic Village. And then change can bootstrap us all the way up to Artisan. And we know we don't have to worry about terminal collision because change has the shadow property. So I think relative to silver, I prefer the workshop. Bot does not. All right. So yeah, I think we go straight to Artisan. We could go for Rice Broker. And we fully pay off the debt either way, and we can get a Daimyo. Artisan can gain a Rice Broker, and we can workshop a Rustic Village to at least have a shot at having the plus actions to be able to do that. Like, yeah, I like getting the Artisan. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. We don't get to pay off the debt. Okay, that changed my mind. Getting a Daimyo. Well, okay, hold on. No, let me reconsider this again, because next turn, what are we gonna buy? Nothing, right? Or Daimyo. So the advantage of buying the Daimyo this turn is basically non-existent. I was thinking that there was an advantage to it, but there actually isn't. Like, because unless like we had plus buy, or like there was some, I don't know. Yeah, there is no need to buy daimyo specifically this turn. So actually, yeah, I changed my mind. Let's get the artisan. All right, now rustic village. Pay off debt. We buy a daimyo. Okay, do we want to daimyo the rustic village? Ideally not. Ideally we want to daimyo the artisan. We have 2 cards to find it, which is not a lot. The issue probably makes more sense to go ahead and play the daimyo first. It gives us more opportunities to find the artisan. Now I think we just decline. All right. Play this. Buy another daimyo. It's going to be hard to use change to trash these estates with our daimyos, but at some point we'll artisan for tea houses, and then that'll help. Might as well discard the estate, because we're not going to be able to trash it anyway. Well, of course, we're playing the daimyo. Oh, artisan. Hello. All right. Well, okay, we're definitely going to play the artisan twice. Question is, what do we want to get with it? Rice broker. Second rice broker seems good. I'm wondering about like tea house versus lab. Probably the draw from lab is more important than the ability to change estates. Oh, we did manage to... not have enough actions. We should play the change, both to get it out of the way and so we can afford another daimyo. Daimyo artisan again, but we need, yeah, we need plus actions. Broker. Trash the workshop. I mean, workshop's like fine, but you draw a lot of cards. Yeah, let's do that. Now we might actually be able to... Oh, we drew the change. Okay. We might be able to change this estate this turn by daimyoing artisan for tea house. Yeah. That is going to activate bureaucracy. The tea houses are, not the artisan, but... All right. What we want to do... Well, there's no way for us to avoid taking the copper off of the change. So it goes. What do we want to change this estate into? We've got extra actions. We could take another artisan. Take more copper that way, but we do have the rice brokers and... I think it's worth it. All right, so that's a copper. I think what we want to do... I'd like to top deck the lab, but... not seeing a great way to do it. I mean, I guess we could top deck a different lab. The copper that we gain would get us to enough money to pay off our debt and get another daimyo, but probably more efficient to just gain another tea house for that purpose. So I think rice broker. Oh, if we gain the, we're not going to be. If we play the tea house, we're not going to be able to put the lab on top anyway. All right, so it just kind of doesn't matter. Yeah. Right. So we could trash Estate here with Rice Broker. Estate is a better change target, though, and we do have the capability to take advantage of that. So I think I'm going to trash Copper. Really hard to tell what was happening on their turn. They added a tea house, 3 coppers, a rice broker, and a daimyo. Okay. I think there's basically no chance that we want to daimyo the rustic village. Just gonna play that. We could daimyo rice broker. I don't think we need to do that. I think we can just go tea house. Might as well play one more tea house. Okay. Go ahead and play the change. I think it's unlikely that we want to daimyo this tea house, so I'm going to play that first, actually. All right, we have another rice broker, so I'm comfortable doing that. This should be all of our daimyos. We've basically been buying a daimyo a turn since, I don't know. I'm assuming that we have 4 daimyos and the bot has 4 daimyos. I'm not sure, but what to gain with the change? What to gain with the artisans? Another rice broker is definitely a possibility to keep clearing out the coppers. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I'm not sure about it, but... And then how do we feel about daimyoing artisan? Gaining even more stuff and more copper. It's probably worth it. So I'm going to play Artisan 3 times and then another time. I'm going to take at least one more Rice Broker, I think. And I should have played the change before this, so I didn't just draw it. That was stupid. Another lab. Wait, I can? Oh. That's amusing. Okay. I guess I'll say another tea house. Okay, so we actually can play the change now. State to tea house, I guess. Okay. So we could go ahead and province this turn and not take another daimyo. Given that this is a single province board, that might make sense. You just take another Rice Broker. It would be nice to top deck a good card, but maybe it's better to Rice Broker a copper. Well, I mean, for this turn, it's break even, but for next turn, like we have fewer coppers than we would have, and we will have more additional copper trashing. The argument in favor of getting another daimyo is that we have more gains in our deck, and so we can come back if we need to if they province this turn. But I think we just make things easier on ourselves if we just take the province. All right, so let's just play that tea house. Daimyo the Rice Broker. Bump. Daimyo the Rice Broker again. That's some good copper trashing. Let's play this one normally. I wonder if we can get enough money to do change copper to province and buy province. That doesn't seem out of the question, although the fact that we spent 2 daimyos on Rice Broker definitely makes it less likely. Let's play this. Oh, I should have played the Rustic Village. What am I doing? One tea house, one tea house. Wait, do we really not have any more copper? We do. Okay. So 8 coins already. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus a bit of copper. We can get there. So let's artisan for another tea house. Top deck, the province, I guess. Change copper to province. And then probably better to just daimyo the tea houses than to multiplay the artisan. Although, I guess the advantage to multiplying the artisan at least once is we can get labs. But we need... So we have 2 coppers down there. Ideally, we would trash one of them with the rice broker, but we don't have to. 2 coins right now. Tea house gets us to 4 coins. And then the 2 daimyos get us to 8 coins, or we can daimyo for another, like our artisan for another tea house. Yeah, so 1 daimyo on artisan. Artisan gaining tea house. Okay, so 10 coins, 12 coins, 14 coins. Artisan... We need to hit 16. So 10, 12, 14. Artisan for tea house is enough. That seems wrong. 2, 4, 5, 6. No, I guess it is right. Okay. Okay. Take 1 more rice broker or 1 more lab. Probably rice broker. I think there's a decent chance we can just win this turn if we really line things up well, and if they take another province. Maybe 3 provinces is out of reach. Like, we'd have to do 2 changes into province. Oh wait, there's remodel. I completely forgot remodel was on this board, because it's like, oh, change the shadow card, that's good. Change, bang. But we can get a remodel, of course. Yeah, oh, we should totally be able to win. I totally overlooked that. I probably should have been playing more to that from the outset. Yeah, this should be no problem. No problem. Okay. So all we need to do... Like, we can remodel our artisans into provinces. Well, no, we can't do that. We could change... We could change the artisans into provinces, though. Okay. I'm gonna lead with this. House. So... We change both artisans. That costs us 4 coins. Then we need 8 coins on top of that. That's only 12 coins. We need 2 daimyos for the change, but we can spend 2 more daimyos on tea house or lab or whatever. I'll play 1 daimyo on a lab. We can also rice broker, but in fact, yeah, there's really no reason not to do that. Okay, so daimyo, change, artisan. Wait, what? Oh. Oops. I did not need to play 2 daimyos on the change. I only need to play 1. I get this wrong sometimes for no good reason. Okay, well, I mean, I guess we can do copper to province and not buy the province. Whatever. Not like it's a problem. So yeah, I think I like the decision to just start greening rather than taking another daimyo. I don't like the decision to forget that remodel was on the board, but it was still fine. We had enough tea houses that we could essentially pay for the change stuff anyway. And it is easier to line up because of the shadowified thing. Looks like we overall had more draw. We had more rice brokers and we had some labs. I don't know when they gained all their rice brokers exactly, how long they had them around. Yeah, so they gained 2 of the rice brokers that last turn, which means that going into that last turn, they only had 2, which I think is probably too few. Although they only had the 1 artisan, so that's probably part of the reason. I also don't know if like I got thinner faster. Like by the end, we had the same amount of copper, but we gained a bunch of that copper on the last turn when it didn't matter. They had that silver, which was a little weird, but I mean, maybe they gained a bunch of copper too, and I didn't really notice whether they got as thin as we did. Like they had a pretty similar start, right? They got the silver instead of the workshop. They changed into rice broker instead of artisan, and then bought daimyo. I like getting the artisan, but oh, and then they went copper to artisan. Interesting. I guess they didn't see. Yeah, I don't think I like this. Well, I can see where, yeah, if you don't do it this turn, you're not going to get to Trash Estate next turn because you want to buy a daimyo. Yeah, that's a little bit awkward. You would have liked to see the rice broker there. So when did we get? Let's see. We got a rice broker. So we had the artisan. We got the rice broker turn 5, and then we got another one. here. So we already had 2 rice brokers before they played theirs, which to some extent, of course, is first player advantage. Like seeing the artisan and daimyoing it and all that stuff. Yeah, and then we got to daimyo the rice broker. So it does look like we got thinner significantly faster, and then bureaucracy got triggered. So like they hadn't had the opportunity to like get as close to deck control before bureaucracy got triggered, which then meant that they were like probably struggling more to stay afloat in its wake. Although I don't know if they drew their deck here, but they did trigger a shuffle. But I guess they didn't draw the deck the previous turn, but they did at least trigger. Oh, and they wait. Oh, wait. So they'd shuffled previous turn. Oh, then they shuffled here. Triple play rice broker. And then shuffle. So they probably actually did basically have. They probably did draw a deck here, or like it's a little hard for me to tell what's going on, but like here, I like clearly didn't like find anything good, as they drew 2 copper estate silver daimyo. So like this is whereas like my deck, I don't know that it wasn't possible for me to have a turn like that, but I think I pretty consistently got my deck down to just like a few coppers every turn. Anyway, pretty crazy board. Like 10 turns to empty provinces on a board with no plus buy and bureaucracy. Like that's, I guess that's the power of daimyo for you. But not just daimyo, rice broker as well. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and next time we're off to level 3. Until then.